Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'd like again to thank LSI for allowing us to present here. I'm Patrick Anquetil, founder CEO of Portal Instruments. We are a drug delivery company. We're currently raising an $18 million round. So for investors in the room, please listen. We are an MIT-derived company. We've been in business for actually quite some time. We actually are more well known to be a needle-free injection company. We have several programs running with pharmaceutical companies like Takeda and Sanofi. Today I'm going to talk actually about an expansion of our platform, ironically in a needle-based space, because GLP-1s actually offer this unique moment in time where there's a need for devices to actually help patients perform the injection themselves. What's also a bit unusual about us, we have a mix of venture money. We've been funded by 5AM Ventures, for example. We also have some strategics, such as Takeda, 3M, Gerresheimer. Gerresheimer is a German medical device company. So our vision really for the entire company is to transform what it means to self-inject. If you are on a chronic disease, or if you have a chronic disease and you are on a biologic, you pretty much need to self-inject for the rest of your life. Why do you need to do this? Well, these are very large volumes, so think about 2 to 3 vaccines back to back. And the drugs are not like water, they tend to be viscous, and as such you need something to augment the patient. So for example, for GLP-1s, there is no other way but to use actually a form of EpiPen-like device to perform those injections. So we want to redefine that, and so for the patient, what does this mean? It means ease of use, it means comfort, and for our pharmaceutical partners, what does it mean? It means basically something that's perhaps more cost-effective, and we'll dive into that, and also sustainable as well. So our solution, this is here the needle-based device, is composed both of an effortless sort of to-use device combined with a digital component to augment the therapy. It's actually quite ironic in this day and age where everything gets tracked, including how many steps you're doing, your workout. The one thing that's actually very hard to track is taking medicines, be it taking pills or taking injection. And so we think that you really need that combination of hardware plus connectivity to transform those therapies. It's a huge market. And again, as I mentioned earlier, it's a market that's actually transforming in that it's growing at 20% CAGR, and it's going to continue to do so for probably the next 6-7 years. So by 2030, this is a market that will be like in the $3 to $5 billion, depending on how you basically cut it. So to put it visually, if you are on a GLP-1 therapies, this is what 3 years worth of treatment looks like. So every week you take one of those devices, perform an injection, and then that device gets basically thrown away. These are not simple devices. Think of them as EpiPens. They're quite complex, they have multiple parts, and they're also very difficult to recycle. But most importantly, this screams a lot of cost. So let me run you through some numbers. So there's about 6.5 million prescriptions for GLP-1s in the US per year. You take one injection per week. So let's say, to make the math easier, let's say 6 million prescription times 50 devices per year. That's basically 300 million devices, single use, that are getting disposed every year. By 2030, that number is going to grow 3x. So you're going to have 1 billion devices per year that are getting single use, that are going to get basically thrown away. And so, of course, it's not great for the environment, but if you assume a cost per injection in a $3 to $5 per injection, that's basically $3 to $5 billion of cost that's there that shouldn't basically exist. And that's basically what we're trying to address. So first of all, it's a device that's patient-focused, very easy to use. It's designed to not intimidate, to really help them basically with the therapy. And because it's automated, it also provides a smart and a very consistent injection. When you take a GLP-1, those typically get actually refrigerated, and as such, if you don't wait long enough for the temperature to go back up, and as such reduce the viscosity, your injection duration may actually change. It might be different. Maybe sometimes it is a few seconds, sometimes maybe it's a bit longer. And then finally, it's a device that should be easy to use, almost like an electric toothbrush if you think of it. You use it, perform your injection, and then just put it back into its stand, and then it's ready to go. So I brought it here just to give you a sense as to how big it is. It's got a reusable components with all the smarts, the connectivity, and then here it's got a disposable cassette. Very, very simple. It's just two pieces of plastic that cleverly slide against each other with some clever interlocks. You basically put it in. It turns on the device. You remove the cap. It's still locked. Only if you put it against skin does it unlock. Oops. And it really unlocked this time. And then basically, you can then perform an injection. It pushes the needle out. This is just a dummy needle, and then pushes the drug. And then once you're done, it will retract the needle, and then you're basically good to go. And that's it. So what's interesting too, because the device is connected, let's say for GLP-1 therapies, for example, what you can do is really start doing clever titration. So in the current system right now, or current setup right now, what you would have is that for each different dose, you need a different pen, which again seems completely absurd. Here, on the other hand, you can have different cassettes depending on the dose, and then the device could basically tell you which one you need and kind of loop back the patient actually as well. Oh, sorry, the physicians as well. So the device takes the injection data, pushes it into the cloud, and then all stakeholders can retrieve it basically from the cloud and really know what the patient is doing. Do they have issues with the therapies? Do they need more context? Are they doing, are they doing better, and so on. How do we compare with existing devices? So we talked a lot about those devices here, which are the disposable auto-injectors. You've got other devices such as pumps. Pumps are typically used for larger volumes, and actually, ironically, patients don't like them because you've got this thing basically attached to you for sometimes 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and that can be quite inconvenient. So we just started to market this device. We basically, in late last fall, we built the first prototype over the summer, over the winter, and are now actually marketing it. Our goal is to have our first pharma deal by the end of this year, and I will basically support the business from there. It's a sector that has a lot of actually compelling activity. I would say probably the one company that folks are probably most familiar with is this one here, Enable Injection. Enable Injection is a drug delivery company that's also done deals with pharmaceutical companies, much like we've done, and as such has been able to actually derive a lot of value, not only for shareholders, but for patients actually as well. And so the multiple partners that we're targeting are basically here. It's a combination of pharmaceutical companies, but also medical device companies. Let's say, for example, like Becton Dickinson, who would like to expand basically their product outreach. We've got a great team, really sort of leaders in the field that we've assembled over the years. And again, as mentioned, we're raising an $18 million round to finish the development of this product and then begin truly the commercial expansion of that several product that we have. My email address is very easy to remember, so patrick.anquetil@portalinstruments.com, so first name dot last name @portalinstruments.com. Look forward to hearing from you, and we'll take it from there. Thank you.